All right, I made a video defending the millennials. Now I'm going to have to defend you Zoomers. And the reason from these decrepit boomers, I'm beginning to see why you guys have that expression, okay, boomer. Because these guys, let's face it, they're old now. Old men hate young men. And that's all this is to it. Now let's hear Clint Eastwood's, uh, his perception on you guys.
Now today is how to handle bullies. Of course, we're living sort of more of a pussy generation now, where everybody's kind of going, "Wow, how do we handle it psychologically?" Where in those days, you just say, "Hey, shut up!" You punch the guy back. If a guy swung at you or something, you just kind of duked it out and got it over with. And then after that, the guy usually, at least they respected you for fighting back, and so they'd leave you alone from then on. Sensitivity training was not part of the act.
Yeah, sensitivity training was part of the act. Yeah, well, you know something? For one thing, when this guy got in a fight, they allowed it. Like, you guys, first of all, these guys didn't necessarily become friends. What it is, the bullies didn't necessarily respect you. They just realized they couldn't uh, bully you. So it's not the same thing. But secondly, what's going on here? Do you think you guys are wimpy? Or is it because in Clint Eastwood's generation, they allowed them to fight? And this generation, this old one back here, they don't want you to defend yourselves. They want you guys to know your place. That's why they have psychological, training here. So you guys, when you get beaten up, you just internalize it and accept it and accept the idea that you're going to get beaten up tomorrow too. That's what it is. That generation hates your generation. Do you know what happens if one of you small guys defended yourself? Because Clint Eastwood's a tall guy, right? He's basically a big guy. If one of you guys small guys defended yourselves with an equalizer, like swung, a weapon at one of these bullies, all of a sudden you'd be in deep trouble. Probably the police would be involved, and you would be charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Because you guys have to know your place. You see, they love the hierarchy and love the hierarchy. They want you, if you can be bullied by someone, you deserve to be bullied, right? So that's what's going on there. But let me show you another one of these disgusting old boomers. This dinosaur is George Lazenby. And he played Bond once in a film. And he said something that women didn't like. He said, George Lazenby has defended himself against accusations of sexism after he said women have bloody, squeaky voices and that men now have to ask permission to speak. He says it's no longer a man's world, right? I don't say that is a bad thing, but it's different. Men haven't got the balls they had 50 years ago. See, this is another disgusting old man crapping on you young guys. But let's see how many balls this guy actually has. So when I was born, my mother had to get permission to speak, and now men have to. His comments were condemned by Women's Equality Party, right? And let's see what he had to say to that. He said Bond was once described correctly as a sexist, misogynist dinosaur. This is Lazenby, right? This tough guy with the balls. All of a sudden, he's backtracking, guys. Do you not see that? I may be a dinosaur, but it would miss the point to describe me as the other words. He's not a sexist, in other words. I have a huge respect and admiration for all genders. Wow, is he ever getting on board fast? At a time when we have far to progress on equality, really, I hope we can be known I can be known as the spy who loved hashtag me too. Oh my God. So this guy is going to back hashtag me too, In other words, some woman in the past could come up to the authorities and say, Lazenby touched me. He sexually assaulted me 50 years ago. Please do something to him that he won't like. And Lazenby is all for that. This is what you Zoomers have to deal with. These disgusting old boomers who hate you because they're old and you're young. They're jealous of your youth. And these guys, it turns out that Lazenby has his balls are in a woman's purse, like all the guys before him and all the guys after him. And frankly, guys, I don't even talk about balls because people with balls pander and bend over for people without balls. So having balls doesn't mean anything positive as far as I'm concerned. My advice is for you to let go of your balls. Just look at these disgusting old dinosaurs crapping all over you. When when their turn comes up, they fold like a house of cards. These tough guys, they're wimps, all of them. And that, by the way, includes Eastwood. It includes Clint Eastwood. If he gets attacked like Lazenby, he's going to be doing the exact same thing as Lazenby. He's going to bow down and hang his head and say, "I'm so sorry." So if you guys want to get by in this world, my advice as an old person is to hold on to your self-respect. That's what I say. And don't listen to these old dinosaurs who hate your guts and are, let's face it, they're cowards. When push comes to shove, these guys fold. So that's what I say about boomers. All right, Zoomers. Hopefully you listen to this. Thank you.